I'll put things on my to-do list and it will literally take months, or I just won't do them. So the 3 biggest things that I wanted to accomplish with this video was actually getting things done. Number 1 being I've been holding on to a jersey for one of our teammates for a really long time. I was supposed to give it to them when I first originally All 3 of these goals are related to when I moved out of my apartment. There's a really big reason why these things kind of stayed on my list for as long as they did. A lot of it has to do with how I moved out of my apartment. I moved out of my previous apartment in August. The original plan was move in with my roommate. We have a little gap between our lease, so sleep on our couch, and then a week later move into our apartment. What ended up happening was 3 or 4 days before I was supposed to move out of my apartment, I ended up testing positive for COVID, became symptomatic, and went to the ER to confirm it. It turned into so much of a bigger thing because of the poor timing of everything that was going on. I had to get an extension on my lease. It was supposed to be move out on a Thursday. My landlord gave us till Sunday. I ended up getting driven all the way from where I currently am to Chicago. One of our family friends who's a nurse offered me her home to take over for an extended period because she could stay with her boyfriend, her kids could stay with her ex-husband. It kind of became a perfect situation of I could quarantine safely even though I don't actually have a place to live. Ended up spending 3 to 4 weeks there, had to get back into town. At that point, we're at the end of August. I'm just trying to get to our new apartment. I also then switched jobs and moved into my current role at the very beginning / mid-September. So there's a lot of reasons why these items stayed on my to-do list for as long as they did, because where I would have naturally scheduled and done all of them would have been the week of me moving or the week after. 3 items that I wanted to really accomplish because it is embarrassing how long it took. One was a jersey that I had to bring to one of my teammates. One of the things I helped coordinate was alumni jersey for my ultimate frisbee team in college. Usually the alums are able to play at the fall and spring tournament with the current college team. Obviously everything got canceled though when quarantine began, so it became kind of a way of bringing us all together even though we physically couldn't be brought all together. I was supposed to give it to one of my buddies on the team because we lived in the same place. So I kind of have been holding on to this jersey for far too long. Finally got that mailed in. I'm really happy to give him something that he bought. One of them relates to my bank. One of the things I never actually did was update my mailing address at my bank. This wouldn't have been as big of a deal except for the fact that I need to order a new checkbook so I can continue paying my rent. And then I need a new debit card somewhere towards the end of January. For whatever reason, they flagged it for being fraudulent. It ended up being so perfect that I talked to somebody on the phone at US Bank because nobody told me you could do customized checks.
And do we want to order the same kind of checks?
Are you able to get pink ones?
We have a butterfly garden that's pink with butterflies on the top, a breast cancer.
Can we do the butterfly garden? Because that just sounds adorable. Losing my mind because I can get butterfly. I'm losing it. Like it doesn't even show how excited I am about butterfly garden checks. I'm so excited. And I saved the worst for last. They're really embarrassing and shameful. Like I could really shame myself hardcore for it. I never canceled the Wi-Fi at my previous apartment. I know that that's really, really embarrassing, and I've literally been wasting money. It's been like what, 5-6 months since I moved, so times 45, you do the math. The thing is that I could continue shaming myself and continue being upset and be like cracking jokes or whatever. Half of this entire project is just the fact that I'm doing it and just making sure it gets done. I'm over shaming myself for things because yeah, it took me 5 to 6 months. I ate the consequences. That's on me. This is a really short video. Mentally, like, it's been a really draining week. They changed our overtime at work where I have to work 10 hours on Mondays and Tuesdays now, which I'm not looking forward to. It's basically like not having a life on those days. Sometimes you need the 10 minutes to cry about it, but I really appreciate you watching this video. I promised one of my friends I would definitely say to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, so that's just for you, Alec. This is really mostly here as an accountability piece, so I don't give up, because if I have to make a video, then I'll keep going. If you want to keep watching, just stick around. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a nice night.
Please stay on the line after your call to participate in a brief survey.